All right. We have Sergeant Rafael Miranda from the U.S. Army with us. And I want to kind of ask you, first of all, why you decided to join the Army? Because I think a lot of people can relate to your story and say to themselves, you know, that could have been me or that is me.
I was in high school. I was finishing up and I didn't know what I wanted to do. People all around me were just going to college. They already knew what they wanted, what path they wanted to take, and I was unaware. So I just did what everyone else was doing, and I just went to community college and then transfer after 2 years to go to a university. After a year of college, I figured out that this isn't for me. There's no point in me continuing college if I don't know what I wanted to do. So I just got out of college. One day I saw an ad for the Army and contacted the recruiter. Next day I'm going to the office, and I went for it. So...
What do you think swayed you? I mean, you said you saw an ad, you talked to the recruiter.
Yep.
When you were going to the recruiter that day, did you think that you were going to sign up for it?
No, not at all. So I think what swayed me was, first, it would have bought me time to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, what path I wanted to take. And two, I like a challenge. I grew up playing sports in high school all 4 years, so I thought it was the best option for me.
Okay. And you know what? It's interesting, too. First of all, what career path did you choose? Because there's over 150 different career paths that we've been talking about. What did you choose to go into? So
my job in the Army is kind of a mouthful. It's chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear specialist. So I deal with a lot of like hazmat materials, and I tell soldiers when it's safe if there were to be like biological weapons in the area.
And you've also taken quite a lot of advantage. It's odd that you went to school for a year, said that's not really for me. But in the Army, we were talking before we started here, you've really taken advantage of a lot of the benefits that the Army has to offer.
Yes, sir. So in the Army, you get tuition assistance, which pays for $4,000 a year while you're in every year. So every year you get $4,000 and it just resets after a year. And I'm taking advantage of that. I'm taking full-time or part-time college while I'm doing my full-time job. And I also plan to use the GI Bill, which pays for 4 years of college to include tuition,
room and board, fees, all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use that to go to physical therapy school after I get out of the Army.
You're really close, actually, to getting your bachelor, right?
Yeah. So I am about like 80% done with my bachelor's.
And this is someone who went to a year of college and said, this is not for me.
Exactly.
And then you joined the Army, and the Army led you to a path. And you're like, well, you said it would buy you some time to kind of figure out what you wanted to do. It sounds like it did exactly that.
Yep, it did. It took me about like 2 years into the Army to figure out that I really like to work out, and I really enjoyed learning about the human body. So I kind of put them together, decided to do physical therapy, and I'm close to getting there.
You know, we were talking with some other soldiers, too, about other benefits also, like there's enlistment benefits, enlistment bonuses, housing benefits, all sorts of things also in the Army.
Yep. Once you join the Army, you have access to the VA, a VA loan, which is essentially zero down when you buy a house. I live by myself. I'm single, and I actually bought a house myself. I have a 4-bedroom house all to myself.
A 4-bedroom house all to yourself.
And I pretty much only paid about $2,000 for it.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm just managing that. But you have access to the VA. Once you reach a certain rank in the military, you actually have housing allowance. Other than that, if you don't reach that rank or if you aren't married, then you just have like a barracks room, which is kind of like a dorm room provided to you for free.
Yeah. So there's a lot of benefits and so forth. I think the education benefit is I hear more soldiers talk about that than ever before, and I think that's fantastic. In fact, of all the soldiers I met, it seems like many have told me the story how their sergeants will tell them, hey, you need to take advantage of this.
Yep. Yeah, so I've already convinced a lot of people to take advantage of it. I feel like I'm one of those people that tries to get you to your full potential.
Yeah. So if someone's heard your story, go, man, that's exactly where I am. I'm kind of going to college, or I just got out of high school. I don't really know what I want to do. I want to explore some other options that have different paths that I can explore. It sounds like this might be a great opportunity for them. How can they find out more?
So they can contact our recruiting station in their area. I'm located in Waxahachie, like 40 minutes south of Dallas, but Just pick whatever's more convenient for you.
They're all over the Metroplex.
All over the place.
And you can find out more online. You can go to goarmy.com/Hawkeye also to find out more. And by the way, Hawkeye is all lower cases. Goarmy.com/Hawkeye. It has to be lower cases or it won't work. So do use the lower cases. Sergeant Miranda, thank you very much for sharing your story.
Yeah, no problem, sir. Thank you very much for your time.